it was going good. South Africa did everything in its own country.
The Western Cape was the textile hub for the clothing industry. And I know this because I've been working in this industry for 24 years as a designer in Cape Town. So much has shifted and changed. So few fabrics are available, locally produced, whereas in the past they were readily available. Pure wools, readily available. Linens, cottons, all those factories have closed down. So few people still want to work in the industry because of the pressure from competition of cheap imports, and it's hard to maintain this career, but I think there's still a lot of potential, and I think there's an extremely exciting possibility of reviving it.
Leaving school, joined a factory, I had to go work for a factory. And that year, as you can see, it was busy times. There was over enough work for people.
Working from 16 years old in the industrial.
I started in the clothing industry at the age of 17 years old. I was very young. I didn't know what a factory is. When I came in that company, I was amazed and shocked to see all these people.
All the factories, the people going to the station. It's nobody's business. We were like a lot of factories coming out 5 o'clock at the same time. It was very nice that time.
Travel with the train to work with thousands and thousands of commuters every morning. Get on the trains, going to work. Everyone was rushing. It was a different environment those years back. And I'm talking about the 80s now, in the early 80s when we started working.
That time, there was nice work, easy stuff, money was all right. But now, it's tough now. Time is very tough. I had to put more bread on the table. There's no factories in South Africa, not one factory I know about. It's all closed down. And the people that's working all year, they're all pensioners. The youngsters don't want to work in the factory. They don't want to sew.
I've got also 2 kids, and they are not interested. I asked them to take the company over, but they're not interested.
1994 came in, and then the trade came in with China. And it was very sad to see a lot of manufacturers being closed down.
That's the time when the stuff came in from China. Exactly 25 years, 27 years.
The moment when the Chinese stepped in here, everything collapsed here. Everything collapsed here.
Sewing now for us, it's like, it's not nice, it's not easy because China is bringing in 3 garments for the price of 1. Now, they're killing us that's working at home. Even in the factories here, they're killing us because we can't afford that. The people is buying that. Now what is our stuff doing? Just laying. It's sad. Now we can't sell it.
I mean, that's poor people. They don't have a choice. And they prefer to go the cheaper. And that hit us also. At the end of the day, we're also going to suffer.
So I didn't think about us, understand? But the fact remains, it's not about us, it's about our children and grandchildren that's still coming on. There's nothing for them in industry, you understand?
A lot of people without work and small people doing their own little businesses.
There's no work for the people.
It's very sad because the unemployment rate is just a big problem in South Africa.
just go sweep the outside or whatever, because in the factory they had experience how many years, but there's no work for them.
Because the government did make a lot of changes in the early 90s in South Africa, and it affected the clothing industry very, very much.
So you must go with the flow.
My whole goal was to start my own business and to create jobs, to create beauty and design beautiful garments. My own seamstresses have now dwindled to the point where there are only pensioners working in small cut, make and trim factories, and the younger generation does not want to enter into the trade. There's no attraction for them. And the pensioners are drawing grants. So the industry, a lot of the industry is illegal actually. They're illegally working because they do need to fulfill a higher income than just purely their grant. A lot of these women support their entire families and put food on the table for decades. Now I'm working more towards natural dyes and botanical printing to bring in a sustainable fashion element which is chemical-free and nature-friendly to offer a sustainable fashion alternative. In the Western Cape, the clothing industry is almost as if it's in a limbo. It can go either way. It can die or it can revive itself. And there's this brewing excitement about all the possibilities of revival in a sustainable clothing direction. I think the Western Cape has an enormous potential to revive itself as the clothing hub that provides an alternative for those who are willing to make the shift.
So I just hope and pray that that can come back and it can provide jobs.
And give us also a chance.
Being South African, I've always been inspired by the rock art of the Western Cape, the beautiful ochres that are used, and the permanent colour that remain on those rocks. And to reconnect with these ancestors of our country, also of old ways of bringing colour into fabrics and colour into human-made objects. In this time of reinvention and finding a way forward, we almost need to go back to the old ways, but with a new angle, finding a modern technological way of sourcing old techniques and rediscovering those. And that the experience of something is far more important than the gaining of the end product or the mass accumulation of material possessions. The clothing industry is one of the most damaging industries to this planet. We need a radical shift, and now more than ever, we need alternatives to fast fashion.